Hey, champions, welcome to Vlogmas day number 26. This is a special Sunday series that we are doing during Vlogmas, where we're talking about strategies for stepping outside your comfort zone. Last week, we talked about, getting out of the status quo, separating yourself from what everybody else is doing. Stop operating at your lowest point. Stop being normal, getting outside the status quo, breaking out. So go ahead and watch that video. I'll put a link for that video above so you can go ahead and click and catch up on part one. Today is part two, stepping outside your comfort zone, developing a mindset for change. In order to get outside your comfort zone, you have to set your mind to change. You're going to have to develop this mindset where you're comfortable with changing. Change is consistent. Change is constant. Whatever you do in life, change is always going to be present. The interesting thing about change is that you can participate with change or you don't have to participate with change. But the thing is, change is going to change regardless. So if you're a person, you're still stuck in 2008, you like the way everybody dressed in 2008, you like the feel of 2008, you like the verbiage of 2008. So you say, you know what, I'm not changing. Well, guess what? The world's not stopping. It's 2021 going into 2022. And let me tell you, champion, things are changing. So in order to get outside our comfort zone, because one of the things that we recognize is that the comfort zone is a great place to visit, but there's no growth there. There's no change there. You're not seizing opportunities. You are just relaxing. So it's time to get outside your comfort zone and explore and optimize your life, your talents, your gifts, your skills, being outside your comfort zone. So we've been talking about this and we're going to continue to talk about it. We got a total of 4 parts that we're going to deal with this week. We are talking about develop a mindset for change. So when we're developing this mindset for change, there's 3 things that we want to talk about this week. Now, I have a full course on stepping outside your comfort zone, and it's a great course to walk you through with all types of tips, tools, techniques, worksheets, and documents to get you outside your comfort zone. But we're just going to talk about it from a high-level perspective today. So go ahead and get your notepads out, get your OneNote out, whatever you're going to use, Microsoft Word, to start taking notes. It's going to be a good session. So we're talking about developing a mindset for change. The first thing in developing a mindset for change is identifying your fears. Identify your fears. If you don't identify the things that you are fearing, you're going to remain the same. See, discipline helps you create a life where you won't remain the same, right? So that discipline every day of doing the necessary things with consistency, you'll be able to break out. But if you don't identify your fears, and some of those fears are things that we accepted when we were younger. And if you don't identify those fears, you have unconscious biases about yourself that you can't quite get past. You're always stuck. You're scared to venture out. I mean, think about it. If somewhere in your past, when you were younger, you developed this fear of being concerned about what other people think about you, you won't move. You might have a great idea. You might have a God idea on the inside of you brewing that you can really maximize out here in this marketplace. But because you care about how you're going to be perceived, because you care about what others are going to think about you, you don't step out and launch. That fear is going to keep you inside your comfort zone and keep you where you are. You might forever be stuck where you are and can't break out because of something that happened when you were 6. Because you're so worried what everybody else is going to think. You're so worried about their criticism. You're so worried that you are not enough. That's another big fear. Write that one down. You fear that you're just not enough. And if you fear that you're not enough, you're never going to step out there. You're going to keep going to school and get degrees, all these D's beside your name and don't do anything with them. You're going to be stuck in that mode because you're always going to feel like, oh, I got to get my doctor. Oh, I got to need 2 doctors. Oh, I need 3 doctors before I can step out there and begin to share what I have on the inside of me. And you never move. I like something my mentor says, leap and a net will appear. But you'll never leap. You'll never leap. I get this picture of standing on a ledge, ready to leap, and you'll never leap because you are so fearful of what other people are going to think, what other people are going to say. You're not feeling like you're enough. You feel like you just need more and more and more and more, and you're just going to stay in park. The car will never get in drive. You got to identify what those fears are. What's holding you back? What criticism has been anchored in your past that's keeping you where you are? What's holding you? What's stopping you? What's blocking you from doing what you know you need to do? You got to identify what that fear is so that you can, part number 2, confront that fear. You know, when you think you're not enough, sometimes you just got to look at your life and just start saying, I am enough. Start breaking through with an affirmation. Start breaking through with an affirmation, a confession of faith. I am enough. I mean, think about it. You have accomplished more than most people will ever accomplish. You don't have a reason to be in park. People tell you how good you are. People tell you how smart you are. People tell you how intelligent you are, how the ideas that you come up with are just spectacular. Oh man, people are just excited that you are on the same team. People tell you how much value you add. And even with all of these comments, if it was a glass, it'd be running over. You still feel like you're not enough. You got to confront that fear. You got to start looking at your resume, not the resume that you submit to a job, the resume of your life, the things that prove and document that you've already done greater things than this. You've already overcome much harder, much more challenging, much more difficult things. You've already overcome them. I love the story in the Bible where it talks about David. When it came to having to fight the giant, David looked at his resume. I killed a lion. Think about that for a second. A man, flesh and blood man, fought and killed a fully grown lion. Have you looked at these animal channels lately? Those lions are huge and vicious. And man, I wouldn't want to fight a lion. He said, I killed a lion. Not only that, he said, I killed the bear. What? A bear? Man, I saw a picture of a bear's paw. My hand wouldn't even fit in the center of that bear's paw. He said, I killed the lion. I killed the bear. Who is this giant? That's what I want you to do. I want you to confront your fears. I want you to look at this giant and say, who are you? Who are you? I am enough. Start with an affirmation. I am enough. I am smart. I am intelligent. I can do this. And then you begin to leap out there and start to do the things that's going to make the biggest difference for you. You got to confront those fears of not being enough. You got to confront those fears about wondering about what other people are going to think. Who cares? They don't pay your bills. They're not contributing to your daily success. They don't pay your car note. They don't pay your insurance. They're not putting food on the table, clothes on your kid's back. They're not paying your mortgage. They're not paying your rent. They're not doing anything for you but criticizing you. Time out for that. Forget that. Worrying about what they think and they're not doing anything. They're not going anywhere. And you're more concerned about what they think than what you know you should be doing. And I believe ultimately that's that internal torment that we all deal with. We deal with that internal torment, especially when you're working a job, knowing you're not supposed to be there, knowing there is something great on the inside of you. That's what's bugging you. It's not your manager. It's not your leader. It's not your boss. It's not your customers. It's not your coworkers. It's your dream on the inside of you. That's what's bugging you. That's what's causing you to have an attitude at work, knowing that you're not supposed to be there, knowing that you're more talented than that, knowing that you're not giving your best stuff every day, That's what's bugging you. And until you step out, it's going to forever bug you. We got to confront our fears. Not only that, number 3, we got to envision your future. You need to get a dream wall. I know most people have a dream board. You may need a dream wall. You may need to dream bigger. You may need to put more stuff out there. You got to begin to see, where is it that you want to go? What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to have? I like Zig Ziglar talked about, you got to be before you can do, and you got to do before you can have. What's your be, do, have list? Who do you have to become so that you can do the things that you want to do? Who do you got to become? You got to overcome first. You got to confront those fears and be that person that you say you need to be, so that you begin to do the things that you want to do. And once you start doing the things that you want to do, then you can have the things that you want to have. So it's a be, do, have list. So you got to begin to envision your future. Maybe your dream's not big enough. Maybe you got some dreams, some goals on your wall that just don't even inspire you anymore. Maybe it's not about the car anymore. Maybe when you first started out, you just wanted to get that dream house, dream car. You got the dream house, dream car, and realized it wasn't it because it didn't fulfill you. Write that word down, fulfillment. You weren't fulfilled. It didn't fill you. It didn't create that. It didn't plug up that empty hole on the inside of you. So now you just want more. It's not enough. You want more. It's not enough. And you stay trapped in that feeling. What do you got to do to get past that? Maybe you got to dream bigger. Maybe it's not about the things. Maybe it's about the quality of life and the people. Envisioning the future where it's not just about you, but you can see other people in it than just you. When you set your goals so low, it's just you. But when you set them high, it involves other people. Maybe you got to have a bigger, better, brighter future. You got to dream bigger. Maybe that's what it is, right? But you got to be able to see it. If you can't see it, you're not going to push for it to have it. If you can't see it, you're just going to stay where you are because you're going to believe right where you are is enough. And it's not enough because what's in you is pulling you somewhere. There's more in you that's trying to pull you somewhere greater. There's more for you. And I want you to experience it, to step out there and experience it all. Step outside your comfort zone because it's time. Step outside your comfort zone because there's more to life than what you've been getting. Step outside your comfort zone because you desire more. It's not enough. And lastly, step outside your comfort zone so you can silence and stop the pulling on the inside of you and then just start experiencing what you know belongs to you. Well, champion, I hope you enjoyed this particular session. Make sure you subscribe below so you don't miss not near Sunday that we're going to be talking about step outside your comfort zone. I'm looking forward to next week already. It's going to be something special. It's going to be great, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you here. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe below, like, comment, and share with somebody and let them know what's going on. And while you're waiting for next week, there's some other great videos that YouTube thinks are fantastic, and so do I. So go ahead and watch these videos. Until next week, champion. Talk to you soon. Salute.